So 2003 is 2019 and I am here with Holding Absence, Lucas and James from Holding Absence. How are you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, real good, man. Trees is our favourite festival. We've only done it once before. You've been once before.
I came once a couple of years ago.
But it's amazing, yeah. Having a good day.
It's just a really good, like every box is ticked, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's a really good festival, very compact, and you guys were playing the Forest sessions earlier, weren't you?
Yeah. So, a couple of us played an acoustic set at the Forest, and then we're playing the new stage tonight.
So looking forward to it. It's going to be a great set, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
But you guys are a band from Cardiff, which is great. I mean, I live in Cardiff.
It's
the entire station that we work for is based around Cardiff. So you're very familiar with the local music scene in Cardiff?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Do you guys have any favourite venues that you like to play in when you're there?
I work in Fuel, so I'm biased to say Fuel, but I think if you know what's what in Cardiff, you can't deny how Fuel is so important. Like every small band that ever comes through or has ever come through has played Fuel, and obviously Club Bach is like the prestigious one, and it's a wicked venue, but I feel like Fuel has really made a name for itself in the last 10 years.
Definitely. I'm a fan of Fuel, and I like the Moon as well.
Yeah, the Moon's cool.
The whole of Womanby Street's amazing. You've got Club as well, and when on a good night, like Womanby Street feels like you're in Camden or something. There's so many different bands, and when the Moon has its doors open and you can hear there could be like a reggae punk in one thing, metal in the other,
and then,
indie pop in the other thing. It's sick.
It's cool.
Yes, definitely. It's a very good thing. Do you guys have any local bands around Cardiff that you're familiar with?
Yeah, there's a lot, to be honest. It's I feel like the two that I love the most, I'd say, are Dream State and Junior, but obviously they're kind of a given, I feel like. But a band that we are very close to, very good friends with, a band called Nightlives.
Oh, yeah.
They kill it, man. We've grown up playing music with those guys. So,
some of our best friends.
I think there's millions.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a band called Frown Upon who are really good.
Yeah.
There's loads, man. Like there's something in the water in Wales. That's the saying.
Definitely. So you guys earlier this year, you released a self-titled album. It's a really good album. I was listening to it this morning. I will admit my favourite track from it is Perish.
Perish, awesome, yes.
See, I'm getting it right. I just kind of stuck it on Spotify and I was like, oh, this one's good. I've got to remember
Nice,
that.
dude, yeah.
But,
That's your homework, like.
Yeah, of
big
course.
Kicker, yeah.
Do you guys have a favourite track from it?
I'd say, it's tough. There's lots of different. There's lots of good songs. I think Wilt, Like a Shadow, and Your Love Is Ruined My Life are the three I think will stay with us the longest in my life.
For sure. So, every now and again, depending on what mood you're in, different songs hit you. It's like, because to be honest, we don't listen to our own band's music much anymore because we hear it so much in the process.
Now it's out. I don't listen to it.
Watching the acoustic set earlier, I was like, I like this one. I was like, because I wasn't playing. I play bass in the band, so I wasn't doing the acoustic guitars. But I was like, hey, this is good. And then someone next to me started singing, and I was like, yeah, fucking, I'll have a sing as well.
But it's weird. The point we're making is like, perspective is quite a big thing when you try and observe your own music. And in the build-up, it's like the biggest secret ever, and it's a really like pride-filled kind of thing, But then when it's released, it's kind of like on to the next, you know what I mean? And I probably haven't listened to it in full since the release week or month, you know what I mean? But before, I was listening to it every week, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a shame those plays didn't count, really.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we make it twice as much royalties.
And switching the question around a little bit, is there like a song that you don't really like, someone that was kind of hard to produce or hard to record?
We always said before the record came out, To Fall Asleep was the one that didn't come out the way we intended.
Yeah.
But it's grown into its own song and people really love that song, so I can't complain.
We've learned from it, and I heard a band, so Turnstile, who were playing the main stage today, they were the first band I heard say this. They did a Made of Veil session just after they released their record, and they were like, some of these songs are the first time we've ever played them in a room, and there's little things the drummer does, little things the vocalist does, little things the guitarists do that were different, that they wish they'd put on the record. And I think with To Fall Asleep, there's one or two bits now we do live where we'd be like, oh, we should have done that. But most of our other songs we play in a room together before we record them.
I'd say we're proud of every song, where there's no like sore thumb kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, it's always good because you've got to be proud of a song to release it, or else it's.
For sure, dude.
But still sticking on the topic of the album, I was listening to it earlier and I realised that there's sort of a hidden meaning behind it. Is there a meaning behind it?
Yeah, the album is about the birth and death of a relationship or a love with somebody, and it's kind of all scrambled up, so it's not like a boring narrative. But I just felt like that was the best way to like analyze and write about every aspect of love, the dizzying, exciting kind of beginning, the honeymoon period, the bittersweet ending, and the hindsight of love. There's a lot to talk about. So yeah, the record definitely has like a recurring theme, but also it's because it's scrambled up. I didn't want it to feel like some weird Pink Floyd record. You know what I mean?
That's great. And does that kind of blend in with the meaning behind your name as well? Because of course it's a self-titled album.
Honestly, we just felt like, if we were to split up tomorrow or the day after the album came out or whatever, it was like, this is Hold an Absence in its most sincere, original, pure form, really. You know what I mean? And then from then on, I guess named albums would kind of take their own life. But we just wanted. I just think when you think about the debut record of a band, it always feels like their first impression of what they wanted to do, and we just thought the self-titled name was the
goal was always to be like the most raw, honest version of ourselves that we could be.
Yep.
Album 3 we might wear suits and sing songs about some planet like
sounds good. But for now, we want to be like just real to ourselves, and I think naming the album that was the best way of doing it.
Well, thank you very much for coming along, and good luck on your set tonight. I'm hoping to catch it.